All right, y'all.
Hi.
I know what y'all thinking. Did we really need a part two to this?
I know, right?
And yes, we did for a few reasons. Y'all really got in the comment sections in that first video. Y'all
Yeah.
had so many questions, comments,
Experiences.
different statements. And I'm just like, we got to do a part two because we got to dive deeper into this. So thank y'all for joining us.
It got over 1,000 views.
Yeah,
right?
it's sitting at 1.2 right now.
Thank you for those have watched it. Thank you so much. We do appreciate it. It does not go unnoticed. So thank you for the views for, stopping by and watching and commenting. Like that goes a long way. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Now, when I tell y'all I wrestled with this, like I was just like, they had so many interesting things to say. And I'm just like, I'm operating my train, looking out the window, like they said this was like this and this is over here.
Yeah.
And y'all, I'm talking about, I went and I talked to people at work. I got their perspective on what was going on. And I need y'all to like go down this quest with us, because I don't know if I'm missing something, if I'm too close up on this thing, being an operator and not seeing it. But for me, and I want to get your opinion, I've been going back and forth like, yes, open it. No, keep it closed. It's a done deal.
Right.
And I'm really split, and I need to go down this quest with y'all, and y'all I'm like, y'all need to help me. I'm sounding real desperate.
Right.
Because I'm like, I need help to figure this out, because I'm trying to see here, like, by them closing this station, like, what was it like? And then you got all the bus routes. Like, did they throw like hella buses at this, to take
connect,
up?
to transfer. Yeah.
And I'm gonna share the conversation I had with Roman. But when I was over here in this area, so like you see here, when you drive past, you can see this gate, which is one of the entrances. And I'm like, dang, Amber, you was right. It's a whole bunch of stuff blocking the gate, right? And I'm looking, and I see like the little, where the little pole used to be. I'm like, this looked like this used to be a bus stop right here. And I'm like, sure enough, that looks like what that is. And I'm thinking, like, okay, did the bus come this way
To turn around
and let people alight and walk down the stairs to get to this station? And then I'm also thinking, this area here, if they open it back up, how are the people going to traverse and get to the station from that area that's behind me that I showed? Because as you can see, it's rocky, it's hilly. And I'm just trying to see, am I thinking too much into this? So I want your opinion. I want the people's opinion. And y'all, like I said, we're going to peel this back layer by layer and get into this. But first up, we got some loose ends we need to tie up. We have a comment that I want to highlight that came through. Amber's going to get that. But yeah, y'all see, while she's getting that together, I'm like, man, this looked like a bus stop right here. Right?
Yeah, it just all made sense when we stood there and we looked at the footage. And like, wait a minute, that's a post where that pole used to.
Yeah.
Because if you are familiar with bus stops, they, of course, how does a boat stand up there, right? It has that base where that post sits on, and so it just all made two sense. Like it all made sense. Like, okay, well, it has to be, because why else would this part of the street go up and then curve and then go back down Central? So.
Yeah, because
if you know, let us know.
Yeah, I'm like, buses had to come over here back in the day, dropping folk off. They had to. It just made sense. But this the part I'm talking about. Like, well, I'm gonna see if I pan back over. I can't remember. I'm reviewing the footage as we speak, and see you got the hospital in the background. I'm thinking it could service the hospital again. And I wasn't expecting this gap in the gate like that. I'm like, man, it's a little too easy to get
What
up
you told
over
me?
there.
You said, is that how they get over here and tag?
Yeah, she said, can you walk, when you was over there, did it look like you could walk in there? I said, yeah, I could walk straight through.
Yeah.
This the area I'm talking about, y'all. Like, you got homes on the other side of this factory. If I'm living in them homes, am I gonna walk, through here if it's close to my back door? Or am I gonna grab one of the main buses to have it drop me off over here? It's just food for thought. I'm like, this is going through my head. But yeah, let's get that comment. You got that comment?
Yeah. So this comment is from Keyshawn Scott 12. He said, "This is random, but I'm glad y'all doing this. It makes me feel better about being open about my love of CTA trains rather than being looked at like a weirdo like I was in school."
Man, when I tell you that comment hit me to my core, and that's why I do this. That's why we do this.
Yeah.
And I just want to go on record and say, this is not our channel. This is you guys' channel. I feel like we're just moderators. This is not ours. This channel belongs to you all.
That's cool.
That's how I feel.
That's cool.
You know what I mean? Like, who am I to gatekeep this information or the love of buses and trains and
transportation and just traveling? Yeah. Because you think I'm sitting here, I'm listening to you talk, and we wouldn't have this part 2 had it not been for the viewers, for our community, for the subs and the viewers, because it's like, if they hadn't, or if you guys are listening, if you guys hadn't commented and said, whatever you said in the comments, then we wouldn't have been out here in the rain getting this, like, regardless rain or not, night or day, shine or not. But we were out here because we felt like there was a need for you guys wanted to go out there and see what it would be like. We'll go into one of the comments said, when and if they even reopen up this station. You know what I'm saying? Like, like you said, this channel is not only ours, it's theirs too.
Yeah. Keyshawn, I want to let you know that I see you. You are heard.
Yeah.
And this second video, this part 2, is dedicated for you. This is made in your honor.
That's so cool, Papa.
So welcome, man. Welcome aboard.
That's so cool.
So, the other loose end, did y'all put them applications in?
Okay.
All right. I would keep bugging you.
We're talking about flagger position.
We talking about the flagger, because bus operators got a lot. Y'all got a lot of love on this channel.
Yeah.
Now it's time for the train operators. Come on, y'all. Let's suit up, put our boots on, and get our motor key. We rolling.
And there was a suggestion made, for us to kind of elaborate what flaggers do, and talk about our experience as flaggers. That may be a video upcoming soon of talking about what it was like being a flagger.
Yeah, we got some ideas and stuff. So y'all just bear with us. Y'all be pushy.
Not pushy.
Yeah, they be like, man, would you I remember somebody cussed you out. They said, man, put the damn videos on Patreon, man. We want the unreleased videos.
LOL.
So if y'all want to be channel members too, we got some stuff with that going on where we're gonna be featuring some teaching videos and stuff like that. I'm gonna be honest though, sometimes it's kind of hard for me to want to lock stuff behind paywalls, because I be like, man, you want something free? I be quick to get something free out, man. People be trying to say, man, you need to lock this knowledge and stuff behind a paywall, but we're gonna see, man. Sometimes it's hard for me to take that type of mode when it comes to this stuff, because I have a big heart and I want to give. It feel kind of weird for me saying I got a big heart and I want to give. I just like giving and not expecting anything in return. Y'all, we was out here in the rain for y'all.
I got up there 30 seconds later, it started pouring. I'm like, nope, I had to bring it back down.
Yeah.
So that's what that was.
So let's get into it, y'all. So we found out that, and I want to remember this because I don't want to pass on my story to tell y'all about this, but now that I'm looking at it, this area is split in half. One half is called the island.
Yep. So the south half is called
the island.
Once you go south of 290,
it's called the Island.
and then once you go north of the 290, it's called South Austin. Yep.
Yeah, I thought that was so interesting. I'm like, why they call it the Island?
Literally, that 290 splits. It's the border.
Yeah, it's crazy. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I got excited.
I was gonna say that is that because we were like, oh, what is this area called? And we looked it up on Google Maps. You know, if you know anything about Google Maps, it shows the different name of neighborhoods that you're in. And all we saw was the Island. I'm like, well, let me Google the Island neighborhood Chicago, and sure enough, it shows like the border, and it stops south of the 290. And I'm like, okay, well, what is this above it? And of course, it says South Austin, and the same thing was outlined at the north of 290 was South Austin. So where this is at, where we got a lot of our footage in this area, is literally the border up between South Austin and the Island.
It all made sense. Like once you put the drone up and you see how massive the expressway is, and you compare it to Google Maps and you see how it's split, the Island and then South Austin, you like, dang, that makes sense. Like you kind of see your city or the area in a whole totally different light
from the drone angle.
Just everything, putting everything together. Being out there, boots on the ground, putting the drone up, looking at maps. You see everything. You just like, wow. Like I feel like a cop or something. Like
I ain't not a cop.
Yeah, you feel like you can traverse the area with your eyes closed. Like this is the coolest thing. But I want to get into the story, but I need to set this up with what I'm about to read, because I typed the station into Google and I wanted to see what it says. It says the CTA's Old Central Station refers to the abandoned Central Avenue station on the Blue Line Congress branch, now the Eisenhower Expressway, which opened in 1960 and closed in 1973 due to budget cuts. Remaining relic of the CTA's post near Central Avenue and the Eisenhower Expressway. While you can't ride to it now, it's a known abandoned site on the route. The Blue Line still travels today. So I thought that was interesting, right?
So it's been closed for 52 years. All right, ladies.
Come on, y'all. Relax.
So it's been closed for 52 years.
And it was only open for about 13 years,
13
right?
years. That's insane.
So keep that in mind. So now we're going to talk about what I talked about with Roman. So I wanted to get this shot. I think you going over by
this is towards Austin.
Towards the homes and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm like, is the ridership there? That's what I wanted to know. And when y'all jump in the comments and y'all make a decision, I want y'all to think about it as, if you own CTA, would you open this back up? And that's kind of where I'm kind of thinking to myself. So you see the neighborhood, the closest neighborhood. I can see young adults and high school kids, like if they needed to get to the Old Central Station, they would walk out their back door and go over there, to get to that station. I just thought this neighborhood shot was so cool.
So when you you want us to think about it in an aspect of we own CTA.
Yeah.
And are we thinking about like CTA's mission where we, connect? What is it? We connect communities, jobs, and in that aspect, right?
Well, that aspect, and then the aspect of, is it gonna cost? What's it gonna cost?
Yeah, because I can only imagine thinking back in 1970. Of course, I think cost of living, cost of materials and supplies and labor and all that was cheaper then than it is now. So I'm thinking like,
it had to be major for them to close it back then.
I'm just thinking the aspect, okay, well, we spent all this money to build it in 1970, open up in 1970, and to only have it open for 13 years.
So well, let me get into my story, because it might shed some light.
Okay.
So I went and I talked to the chief clerk at He's
on the blue line.
On the blue line. He's the chief clerk for Forest Park. He was the operator back in the day.
No, he's chief clerk for blue line. Period. But they go back and forth where his office is gonna be. Either is it gonna be at O'Hare or is it gonna be at Forest Park?
Oh, he the chief clerk for the blue line. Yeah, period.
Right. There's only one chief clerk on the blue line.
Boy, look at us. Look at FITMINDS. Boy, we talking to the chief clerk of the blue line. Period. I just thought. It was,
and I don't know, because you know how blue and pink run together as far as operations go. I don't know if he also is a chief clerk for pink. I don't know
Why
if they
not?
have.
He gotta be
right. So that's just,
so it's the blue and the pink. That's what I'm thinking. He got to rule.
But
both
his office,
terminals.
where he reports to every day, for the most part, is Forest Park. This pink.
Okay.
Yeah, I had to add that out there.
So y'all, this the island area. I know I'm lingering. I'm trying to get to it, and I'm trying to. I'm sightseeing right along with y'all.
Yeah.
So I went to him. I said, "Hey, Roman, why did they close?" I think I said, "Why did they close Old Central Station?" Or are they gonna? I think I said, "Are they gonna reopen it?" And you know how he talk. He Papa, what? He Papa, no, why?
I love that guy. He's hilarious.
He looked at me basically like I had 3 eyeballs, and I'm like,
not 3 eyeballs.
Yeah, I'm like, man, what he finna say? He said, he just started immediately shaking his head. He was like, and this made me think about the live that we had with Ray. Remember, Ray said he grew up riding all 3 closed stations. He said he's Ray, if you watching this, put a comment down in the comment section. We're gonna pin it to the top of this video. But Ray was like, man, I grew up riding all 3, and he was like, the crime was off the chain. You remember that?
Yes, but that makes me think of, and again, going back to, I'm thinking at it as the owner or whoever of CTA, and my experience as a Green Line operator that has a central station that's open. Central Station on Green Line, which is Central and Lake, if you know the area, you know it's not the greatest.
Yeah, don't sugarcoat it.
Like,
and this before you get finished what you're saying, the area y'all was saying it's a lot of factories over here. They got Amazon coming up. Yeah. Y'all was saying that, open it for the people working over here. And that's what I was leading with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like you were saying, the green line mirrors the blue line. So you like, hey, they got, it's the same.
It's the same type of crowd. It's the same type of passengers that you're working with at Central. And I mean, like, you have your working class, like people need to get to work, get to school, whatever. But then you have people that don't pay their fares, that cause chaos on the trains. And so I'm thinking, I'm like, going back to what you're just saying, Roman.
But I agree with you to a certain extent. Look at the Green Line Central Station. It's more out in the open. This station here, Old Central, it's in the cut.
Yeah, it is in the cut.
Which means you can get cut. Like, that's what I was thinking when they was telling me this, when Ray was saying this, and now when Roman was saying this, it's starting to make sense, because I'm like, man, it looked kind of sketchy. You know what I'm saying? You gotta traverse this area. It don't look like the safest, well lit area. Like, they have to do so much of a renovation to get this up. That's what I'm thinking. But he said it was so bad that CTA had to close it, because this is his opinion.
Yeah. That
they had to close it because it was crime. And then he was like, on top of that, they weren't making no money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People was probably just hopping the turnstile for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. One paying $0.25. But that's what he told. He was like, no. And so then I was like, well, do you think they gonna reopen it? And he said that they made an attempt. They were going to open it back in 2010 with the Chicago Olympic bid for 2010 with Mayor Daley. I looked at him, I said, what? They was considering it? Wow. He was like, yeah, but he said, you remember that they didn't get it. They didn't get the Olympics coming to Chicago, so they just scrapped the plan.
Yeah.
but they was gonna renovate it and reopen it. Cause when the Olympics get here, people, they want transportation at top notch.
Right.
And they may open all type of gyms and facilities. And
I was to say, because I'm like, if you look in this area, yes, you have people that live here, right? You have community, but you don't have a lot. You don't even have hotel. I haven't seen a hotel since
Yeah.
I'm not saying that hotels are even popular in communities like this, and I mean like neighborhood people that actually live.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I just raised an eyebrow with him thinking bringing up the Olympics.
But see, but that's the thing. So you think about it, when they want the Olympics or something like that, they're gonna roll out the red carpet.
Well, of course,
they're gonna build a hotel.
But the whole thing was like the NASCAR was here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They fix all types of roads and streets because they did the NASCAR race here.
Yeah. So I just thought that was interesting, though. I said, what? I said, man, so I started looking at it. Let me see if I can pull it back up on my phone and get what they were saying. It said Chicago did not host the 2010 Olympics. Those were the Winter Games held in Vancouver, Canada, but Chicago bid to host the 2016 Summer Olympics, a bid that failed in 2009 despite strong local support and a pitch from President Obama, as the International Olympic Committee selected Rio de Janeiro instead, with factors like anti-American sentiment and local opposition playing roles in Chicago's elimination. So I guess people was complaining or whatever the case may be. But that would I'm thinking having the Olympics here in Chicago has the boost so much economic gain. Like, why wouldn't you want to have it unless it's going to create congestion?
It's already congested now.
But I don't know. I'm thinking about the jobs and everything that can come of that.
Well, that brings me into another comment that actually Keyshawn had added to the first Old Central Station video. He said the station will be reopened. And, we replied saying, we think you're right. That seems to make the most sense. And then someone replied to that comment, forgive me if I butcher, your name, your handle. Thelonious Jackson replied and said, why you think so? Keyshawn said, it was passed under the new Illinois transit law to be reopened along with the Racine station on the Green Line. It must by law. And then, of course, Jackson replied, that's good for the people in those underserved communities. They should reopen California and Costner along the Blue Line.
Mm-hmm. Now, I don't know if they... So, that was a lot.
It's a loaded comment and conversation.
Yeah, because, this the scrapyard right here. I thought that was pretty cool. We caught this scrapyard.
Yeah.
They just crunching stuff up over there. But to be honest, that's kind of why we didn't think that this was going to have a part 2, because we was just going to show the Old Central and we was going to move on to Old Costner and Old California and call it one.
And that's it.
Yeah. But I think out of all 3 old stations, this one is like calling me more than anything.
And that might just because we just haven't touched the other ones. If I'm thinking...
Because now I want to look at the area over there, too.
So I don't... Because Costner is so close to Pulaski, I cannot see
it's literally close. Yeah, because when I'm operating, I'm like, okay, this old station, all right, now... What? I'm like, they so
it's
close.
So close together. So I'm thinking about just like logistically, like why, as far as like operating as an operator standpoint, I can't get no speed. I remember why I don't get speed now. I can't imagine. I can't get maybe 25 coming. You know what I'm saying?
But it is California though. That's a popular big street.
But then my next segment was gonna be, if you're gonna reopen a second station, it's gonna be California. Would be my next option. Mainly because you have a California bus route, right?
Yeah.
Costner does not have a bus route. But you think about, you're starting to get into the medical district.
Yeah.
Right. California.
You talking about ease of use.
Yeah.
Like it's 2025, soon to be 2026. And that brings me to, boy, y'all need to lay down. Y'all all in this microphone. Y'all messing up the program.
LOL. Leave my baby
No,
alone.
that brings me to, I believe I was talking to Tony when he said this. He said that in America, we do things backwards as far as transportation. He said something like, and I'm trying to paraphrase, he said something like, we should be building the transit system to attract the people in the area
To use it.
Not saying that
We'll open it.
if it's ridership,
If there's a need
if
for
it's
it.
a potential for high ridership.
That's so strange.
He said build it first, or put the footprint there first, which is so fitting for like this area here, because I'm looking around, I'm seeing the traffic, I'm seeing like you got the gas station, you got the auto zone right here, the auto parts,
There's a McDonald's there.
advanced auto parts. Why I keep calling that auto zone? Yeah, you got McDonald's, so you got places where people work over here, right? You got different restaurants and things like that, and I'm just like, there's a need there. I see a need for it, because this is Roosevelt right here, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you got the Roosevelt bus that comes down.
So the
there.
Roosevelt bus ends at Central. So that's like it's
So it don't go no further than
right. But when I was out here flying the drone, I did see a pace that was kept going.
Okay,
west
so they got
on
service.
Roosevelt.
They can get service.
So I think
on
that's
Roosevelt.
who picked up the rest of the Roosevelt area.
Gotcha.
I don't know. Again, I don't know what
makes
number that
sense,
is.
Though. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That they would
Pace
at
would pick
least
it up?
that pace would pick it up going this far.
West.
Yeah, because you getting into the border of what was that Oak Park area?
Yeah, I think so.
Something like that. Yeah. So yeah, I'm just looking. I see like plenty of places and homes and stuff like that. I'm just thinking about traversing and getting over to the old Central Station, which you got to start routing buses over there now. To get folk over there.
Right.
So yeah, you got another comment over there?
Yeah. Bus and Rail Fan, which is our guy Steven. He says Central Ave on the Blue Line, myself and several others had the opportunity to step foot on the old station, and it was eerie and cool standing on the old platform. Another thing, if you ever ride with us, the next time the museum I volunteer at has a charter and you are all able to go, the step between the train and the platform is about a foot deep. Watch your step.
I'm trying to think, have I ever been on that platform of Old Central Station? I don't think that I have been, but I know definitely, I think I've been on Old California.
Oh, have you?
Or Old Casa, one of them.
For me, being a Forest Park flagger, I wasn't able to touch any of those. I was only able to touch Clark and Lake, UIC Halsted, and Racine.
I wasn't on there as no flagger. I was on there as an operator. Because when I was coming through, somebody pulled a door.
That's low-key one of my fears. When I first came on the Blue Line, I'm like, please don't pull this dang on door.
Let's talk about it. That was one of my fears too. But let me tell you the story behind it and what happened, right?
Okay.
I know y'all want to hear this. They get nosy.
I remember of a story, but go ahead.
Okay, you could tell. You want me to tell mine first?
Yes.
All right. So I'm operating as is a normal night. And I'm not thinking none of it. You're not thinking none of it when you going past these old stations. Now, you do want to bear in mind that there could be potential people out there on these stations, because you got the homeless and stuff like that.
You got people that want to tag.
Yeah, people, they stay tagging these old stations. Like, it seems like they come out every season and change the colors.
LOL, not change the colors.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, y'all got too much time on y'all hands. Beautiful work, though.
Yeah, beautiful.
Beautiful work. So I was operating, and I'm working through the station.
Yeah.
I'm about midway to the end.
Oh, you said you were northbound or southbound?
I was traveling northbound. Okay. Excuse me. And the 7000s, it stops you when the door open. It stops you immediately.
Yeah.
And the little jingle plays to let you know that a door is open.
Yeah, the audible. Yeah.
Now, keep in mind, this is for the public. Y'all have to be careful. This is why you shouldn't open a door
at all.
You shouldn't open it when the train is standing, and you definitely shouldn't open it while it's moving.
Unless we have said over the P, it is an emergency.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, go ahead.
When you pull the door, you take away our ability to keep you safe, because the old equipment, the train will keep rolling. We got to look and be like, oh, man, the door is open. Let me stop it.
Yeah.
And somebody, I think, pulled the door at the Cicero station when the train was moving. They opened that door and stepped on that platform and hit one of them pillars and lost their life.
Get out of here.
Yes, dangerous. Somebody else, I'm telling stories before the stories.
I love it.
You know, Dave, the operator Dave, remember he had us laughing the other day?
Yes,
when we was talking to him.
Yeah.
He was at Rosemont. He had old equipment. I think he had like a 3200. You know, when you leave in Rosemont, you wrapped up. You got 55.
The whole way.
The passenger must have, oh man, this my stop. Pulled that door, and I'm gonna pick it up from when Dave called him. Dave called it in because I heard it too. Dave said, "Control, lost a door relay leaving the station. I'm going back to check my train."
Yeah.
When he got back there, man, you know how you holding your head and stumping your feet in agony?
Yeah.
That's what he said. He said blood was everywhere.
No.
He said, he walked up on him. He said, man, what's going on? What you doing? He said, man, you can't be pulling these doors and coming. He said, man, you want medical? He said he was shaking his head like, no. And he said the passengers around him pretty much told him what happened before he can even ask what happened.
Yeah.
He knew what happened because he told him you can't be put. And he was like, Control. He pretty much missed his stop, pulled the door, stepped out, and bust his head.
Wow.
And man, he was holding.
The train was moving.
The train was moving. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's so dangerous. You lucky only your head was bust.
It's not even worth it. Like,
yeah.
If you missed your stop, just wait until I get to the next stop and catch the train going back the other way.
These trains run 24/7 on the blue line.
Hello?
There's no reason for you to be pulling doors.
Yeah, no.
So yeah. Let me get back to mine.
Yes, that wasn't your story.
That wasn't my story.
Okay.
So I get stopped in my tracks. I said, I know ain't nobody pulling no door on this old station. I don't want to be on this old station.
Yeah.
So I, call it in or whatever. I'm walking back there and I'm like, what the heck? So I get to the door and I'm like, they teach you to, investigate because you want to make sure whoever opened the door is still on the train or whatever, because you got to check the right of way and make sure everything's safe. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, who pulled this door? They pointed at this lady and she like, they smoking on here. And I said, lady, don't touch no doors. Don't
My
be pulling
jaw just dropped.
Yeah. I'm like, if anything, you could have just waited till I got to the next station and then you could have switched rail cars.
Or just press the PIU, let me know they're smoking.
Exactly.
So I can make an announcement.
Exactly.
Or I can come back there and open up the windows to air out the rail car.
Yeah.
There's so many other options we can, you know what.
And so I go over to them. They been put it out. They put,
Well, it lingers.
And I went over there to them. I'm just they just looking at her, shaking their head, and I'm just like, y'all, can y'all just please just keep it out or just go to another rail car or something.
Right,
she disturbed.
Not disturbed.
And so that's what happened. She pulled that door.
While you were leaving Old Central?
No, not Old Central. It was one of the other ones.
Okay.
Old California, Old Costner. I think it was Old Costner.
Okay.
Probably was Old California.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't remember, but I remember walking out on the old platform.
Wow, so you actually walked out there.
I walked out there.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I've been out here.
It's just easier to, if you're able to, for those that are not operators, if someone pulls the doors, of course, right, we have to stop the train wherever it's at. So if I'm able to get on a platform instead of going through the end doors, I'm gonna do that because it's just quicker for me. So that's cool that you're able to actually walk on that abandoned.
Save me some time. I was able to get the train back moving quick.
Yeah.
Are y'all familiar with this area right here?
So right now we're on Madison and Central.
Yeah. I grew up in this area, y'all. So, and I'm looking at this school. This is all new. This school was not like this.
Yeah.
They remodeled it and renamed it. Do you remember the name that it was saying on there?
Aspen, something Aspen, I believe.
Aspire
Center. I want to say Aspen. Yeah, Aspire. Yeah.
Aspire Center. And I was just like, dang, this is dope. It used to be a basketball court right there, I believe. And they just revamped this. It's a high school, ain't it?
I didn't see what it was.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. But I was like, dang, I'm like, this school look like it belong up north somewhere.
But it's cool because you see something like this and you see that they are trying. There's efforts to there's efforts to pour into the communities like this.
Yeah.
Like you said, someone said underserved community. So it's cool that we got to see something like this.
Because I mean, like if I went to this school, I would think that I'm gonna get off at the Green Line Central and take the bus up.
Yeah.
Oh, another thing that I wanted to throw in there about that old Central Station, because you have the DMV over there that service people to get driver's license, state IDs, plate stickers, and I used to work at that DMV, and I remember having to commute over there.
Yeah, tell us about that.
Sure, I'm glad you asked. So I had to take the brown line to the green line and get off at the Green Line Laramie station.
Yeah.
And take the Laramie bus up. When I got off close enough, I still had to walk a couple blocks. And I'm thinking like, dang, with this old Central Station, would it
So is
help?
It closer to Central than it is Laramie?
No, it's closer to Laramie.
Okay.
But then I started thinking, how are they going to get, because you see the distance from the DMV. It's close, but it's not close.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking, would a bus route just help that?
Well, that remember I was telling Adrian, because we were talking about it. Remember when I was out of Chicago Garage, 57 Laramie does come out of Chicago, and I would do that sometimes because I was on the extra board. And I remember people would always ask me, "Oh, where's the DMV? Do you know where the Secretary of State is at?" I'm like, "Oh, you got to walk a couple blocks behind us, because when you're doing Laramie and you're going south, you make a left right when you cross over the expressway. What is that street? Is that Lexington?
Lexington, yeah.
Okay, so I would make a left onto Lexington, and I'm like, they would ask about it. I was like, "Hey, it's like 2 blocks behind us."
Yeah.
So you do have a route that gives you close. I wonder if there's even a way that they can kind of, instead of making a left on Lexington, you make a right. I believe that might be Harrison. I think it is Harrison. You make a right on Harrison, so you can kind of wrap around and come. You
talking about on the side of where the expressway meets.
Yeah. So
go down Harrison.
Yeah. Go west. Make a right onto Harrison. So then at that point you're going west. And I don't know what the area looks like on top of my head. If there is a street where you can cross over the bridge.
No, there is no street.
Oh, well, then there you go.
There is no street. Okay. Because right next to the Secretary of State is the water department, the city water department, and that's a dead end right there.
Got it.
It got a gate that's fencing everything off.
That answers my question.
So yeah, but I remember also as well, I could also take the blue line and get off at Cicero. Now I'm walking a little bit further now.
Right.
But see, that was okay for me because I wanted the exercise.
Okay.
I wanted the steps.
Okay.
But everybody don't want that.
Right. They want convenience. They want faster
wheelchair
commute.
accessible and all that stuff. So you got to think about this, y'all, before y'all just saying, yeah, open Old Central back up. It's a lot of moving parts.
You just brought up a good point about the accessibility of these stations. They're one of the things that they're all working on now. CTA
is converting.
Is that they're trying to convert. Their mission is to convert all of the stations to be wheelchair accessible. I don't know by what year, but because that's the whole reason why they were renovating Racine. Yeah, because Racine didn't have an elevator. So
and it needed that extra interest.
Yeah,
by the what arena is that?
Credit
One
is it
arena.
Called Credit by
something.
UIC?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got to think about that too. So that made me think that I don't see Old Central opening back up, because look how it,
there would have to be a lot of work done.
you got to put an elevator, escalators in there and stuff like that.
They're gonna have to demo a lot of things
Yeah.
to make space for all of that.
So how do you?
Whoa.
Yeah, a lot to think about, because then you, at the beginning of the video, you could see those old tracks there on the side too, because you got the freight trains.
Right.
You got that freight line. It don't have that much traffic nowadays.
Barely.
They only service one customer, and that's the candy factory that's by
Interesting.
Harlem. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all they service.
And I have picked up passengers at Harlem.
Yeah, we service passengers that
Yeah.
work at
factory.
that candy factory. Yeah,
Yeah.
without a doubt.
Yeah.
Especially over the midnights. That's all you
That
taking.
was when I would pick them up a lot.
Yeah.
When I was my last trip from Forest
Yup.
Park to O'Hare.
So that made it worth it. When you was working midnights, you like, I got to get them to work
Right.
to the candy factory. You knew you had
they're getting home out because they just worked the
getting
midnight
home
shift.
and work. Yep. So, man, y'all.
I remember
ahead.
because I remember I said I had a story about Old Central. I remember we were talking about how that was one of my fears when I first started on the Blue Line is, please don't pull this door when I'm leaving this Lotus Tunnel coming up on this Old Central. And I think I thought it up so much in my head. I think that someone did pull my door when I was coming in. I was literally in between Old Central Station and Lotus Tunnel. So I'm like literally in the middle of nowhere. And when I lost my door relay, I called in, I go back there, and I don't remember. It was maybe like the 7th car. So I was already pissed that I had to walk all the way back there. And then for them to tell me the same thing, oh, they're smoking back here.
Yeah.
I'm just like, we just left a dark old tunnel for you to tell me that somebody was smoking.
You remember when you caught some taggers over there too? You met them head on. You made eye contact with them.
I was coming right out of Lotus Tunnel, I believe. Yeah, no. It was by Old Costner. Excuse me. It was by Old Costner.
No. No, you was coming out of Lotus Tunnel and you saw them.
There were so many.
Me and you were passing each other. I was going the opposite. I was going southbound. You was going northbound.
Yeah.
We was passing Old Central Station, and you saw them, and they ran across the expressway.
Yeah, they did. But it's happened a few times like that, man.
So
look.
yeah, we got some more comments.
Yes. Okay.
Y'all, this is my area right here, boy. This is Madison, boy. This Madison and Central. You understand me?
You're so silly. Another comment from Bus and Rail Fan. He said, I'm very familiar with the area on I-290. I thought Amber was going to bring the drone in the tunnel for a minute. I'm not doing that.
I was saying, if y'all want us to push this drone to the limit, y'all gonna have to help us out with a backup drone fund or something.
I'm not doing it.
Because we only got one drone.
He said, I can't wait for the state to provide funding so they can replace the tracks so trains can run 55 miles per hour again. Plenty of animals are coming from Columbus Park Forestry. He said, I've always wanted to know what the buildings were next to the Secretary of State because I heard so many different things from being the Secret Service protective custody facility to the feds to ComEd.
Nope, that's the water department.
And they're trying to keep people away. That's cool.
Yep.
He also said the station would be worth opening, in my opinion. The station will have to be renovated, of course, especially since Roosevelt stops at Central now instead of Monitor. Back then, the 12 Roosevelt would stop at Monitor, and you still had 3 blocks away from Austin. If the Central Station on the Blue Line is open, you can transfer there and take the train to Austin, and it's all connected. So there we go.
That's interesting.
So there we go. That would be your way to still connect from a couple of different buses. You got the Central bus, you have this Austin bus, the Roosevelt. Because the bus terminal that we had hovered over a little bit by the Loretto Hospital, you have the 7 Harrison, 12 Roosevelt, and of course 85 Central there.
Yeah.
They have a layover.
They got a gang of buses over there. That's why I was asking you, like, I posed that question, like, did they just essentially provide a gang of bus routes to just help this station closing? So my thought is, would it work? Because, it'd essentially be helping the area out.
Yeah. You want to talk about MacArthur's?
Y'all ever ate here at MacArthur's, this soul food restaurant? This is a very popular restaurant out west here.
I don't think I've ever ate there before.
I've ate there plenty of times because, like I said, I grew up in it. Mixed. Okay. I don't really, I don't think I really go for soul food like that.
Yeah.
But I would love to get my mom's opinion on it. She was, she has her opinion on that restaurant. Maybe she can drop down in the comment section when she see this. But yeah, and this just brought back so many memories going through this neighborhood here. I just remember as a kid running up and down Madison and stuff like that. You see to the right here, that's Corbin's funeral home. They closed. I was so shocked to see that.
Really?
Yeah, man, plenty of my family members got buried by this funeral home.
Really?
Like, yeah, they got a lot of my family's business. And to see that closed like that is like, wow, that's like, what? It was a shock. It was a shock. I ain't gonna stunt.
So this area we were talking about, they all up and down Madison, not all up and down, but on this west side of Madison, there were two different towns that you were bringing up.
So this one is L Town. So all the streets on this side start with an L. So you got Long, Laurel,
LeClaire, I think.
LeClaire.
I don't think
what
of
else?
other ones.
Laverne. Yeah. So this is L Town right here, y'all.
And this is only strictly
for the west side.
West side, because of course the streets go all the way down north and south, but we're saying strictly
west side.
West side, you call it L Town.
Yeah.
And then when we get a little bit more east,
we'll show y'all K Town.
Yeah, and of course same thing. Yeah. The streets start with the letter K.
Yeah, Costner's and all that.
Kildare, Kedvale, Kenton. Yeah. So I have another comment here from again Jackson. I'm not gonna butcher your first name again. I'm sorry.
Thelonious.
Yeah. Is that? Look at it. Is that Thelonious?
Yeah, that look like that's what it is.
I'm sorry. He says CTA should reopen the California, Costner, and Central Station along the Blue Line. We agree.
Yeah.
I think, right?
I mean,
you're still kind of like on the line, teetering between.
I want to service the community. That's my thinking. Is this dog keeps scratching her bed.
If you hear like tussling, that's chicken. The way that she gets comfortable to lay on her bed, she got to scratch it first, and like she's digging, and then she'll lay down. So soon, she should stop because we hear it all.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. Another comment from Stephen Alpert. He said, to answer if it would be worth it, I think yes. I often have to drive to or through this area on both sides of the expressway. There are a lot of pedestrians between people working and the people living in the area. I think its rider traffic would pick up very quick, especially its late night traffic, for the hospital and factories.
See, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's why I keep going back and forth. Now he say he traversed the area all the time, and this is what he's seeing
on both sides of 290.
Right. So this is what he's seeing on a regular basis. So it got to be some merit to it. So I'm interested.
Right. Yep. Another comment here we have from Hot Red Boy 84.
I saw that name. I'm like, they Hot Red Boy.
Okay, now you must have red hair, I wonder, or ginger. Okay, anyway. They said they are building new factories on Roosevelt, as well as Amazon is right off of Laramie.
Yeah.
So that would be another reason why you should reopen the Central.
So that's going back to the beginning when we went over there and showed those factories and stuff over there in Roosevelt.
Right.
So it may be there. So.
Well, according to I forgot who added the comment saying that with this new transit bill. In that bill, they have to open up racing in the Central. So it's going to happen. It's just a matter of when.
Yeah.
And how long they're going to take and how it's going to look.
Yep.
Another comment is from our vaudeville clown.
Shout out to Vaudeville Clown.
Yes. He said, I've sometimes wished that the Blue Line station at Central were available to accommodate transfer to and from the 85 bus. That's something that has long seemed to be lacking. It could help some passengers to reach locations like the medical centers, UIC, and transfer to the Pace bus at Forest Park or the courthouse in Maywood.
Okay, y'all.
You know what I'm saying?
They building the case. That's what I'm saying. I couldn't sleep. They really building the case.
Yeah.
Y'all, this church right
talk
here.
about this church.
So I can't really see the name. I can't.
I get
You get the
close
name?
to it, yeah.
But this church out west here is so cool looking, and I was like, we got to get some footage of this. This looks so cool. Have y'all ever been in here? I've been in here one time, and it's pretty big.
Called Hope of Life.
It's
I'm sorry,
pretty big.
Home. Excuse me, Home of Life.
Yeah, it's pretty big in the inside. It's kind of like, it kind of reminds me of like a sports dome. It got like two domes to it. Yeah, but I've been there. I know the pastor and stuff like that. I kind of did a little security for them a little bit.
Interesting, really?
That was
I wonder why.
Huh?
I wonder why.
Why I did it?
No, why they wanted you to do security. I'm being facetious.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, well, one of the reasons you know the backup I got in my pocket.
LOL.
We'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
But yeah, this is a cool church, right? Man, when you really look at this area from a bird's eye view, it's beautiful. Yeah. So we got another comment.
Yes, from our guy Tony, Metro Master 2010. He said, agree with y'all. A city bus is not a U-Haul truck. You must cover thy anatomy.
Man, he had me cracking up when he said that.
Because people say CTA stands for a different thing. Of course, it stands for Chicago Transit Authority, but people are saying, CTA also stands for cover thy assets, cover thy we're not gonna cuss on here. But he says, cover thy anatomy, and I love that. He continues to say, love the drone footage. I see 3 portals, at one end of that tunnel. Was there another track that went somewhere else?
Yeah, there's no track over there. It's just...
And because at first I'm like, what are you talking about? So when I, was at work and I saw, I'm like, oh, there is a third portal all the way to the left when you're going northbound. It didn't look like there had ever been tracks there. Yeah. I think that might just be there so that they could go in there if they need to, repatch something up on the concrete work or whatever, or the ground. But if anyone knows if there has ever been a track there, let us know in the comments. But no, I don't think
it didn't look like it would anything over there. Yeah. But it is another portal over there.
Yep. Another comment we have here from iCapBrun1553 said, to be fully honest, I've fallen in love with the idea of even having a job in the CTA. Ever since I was 5 years old, I've always wanted to be a train or bus operator, and watching these videos inspires me even more than I was already inspired. And that is so cool, dude. It goes back to what you said at the beginning of this video of this channel is not ours.
It's not ours. It don't belong to us. It don't belong to us.
Because we have had multiple people say this by now. We have over 1,100 subscribers.
You said something earlier. You said that it'd be cool that when they get to their flagger interviews and that one question they ask in the interview. So why did you apply, or how did you hear
why do you want to be a flagger?
Yeah.
And I'm like, that would be cool to hear that somebody was, I've always was kind of interested in transportation or public transit, and I've been watching videos from FITMINDS Chicago. Like I was just thinking, I don't know if any of you would ever do it, if you bring it up. But I was like, how cool would that be? Like just to even think that someone would consider us to be inspiration. And I think it's super humbling, and I like it. I don't you see me. I'm just like you. I'm about to say you hear I'm struggling to say something, but it's just because I'm like in awe that we inspire people to do what they love.
And I just want to give y'all a quick tip when y'all get to that interview. Of course, be yourself and shine, right?
Yes.
But make sure you tell them, because this is what I did in my interview.
Yeah.
I think they may ask you a question like, well, why do you want to, work? Now, I was already in the company, but, some like that will come up. Some type of question like that will, why you want to work for CTA and stuff like that. You tell them people you love CTA.
Okay.
You tell them you fascinated with the trains, the buses. You in love with this company.
Yeah.
But when I told them that HR people, they was smiling from ear to ear. They was like, dang, he really said that. Yeah, I ain't playing no games. Give me my job.
Okay.
We got another one.
Yes, from our guy Cedar Hawk fan 2791.
Shout out Cedar Hawk.
Yes, another great video. He said, I always enjoyed driving on the Eisenhower Expressway when I'm back in Chicago and noticed the Central Station. I think there's another one that is closed along the expressway. Surprised that deer make their way over there with all the traffic nearby and the trains. So yes, I did comment back and said, yes, there are 3 closed stations on the Congress branch that are, Central, Costner, and California. And we have been talking about these deer so much that the other day I'm coming out of Lotus Tunnel going southbound. And I'm looking to my right, and of course, I see just 2 deer just laying there behind the fence.
They was babies.
They were babies. They weren't like big deer. They were little babies. I'm like, oh my goodness. We were talking them up so much. You
always see the babies if you're going to see.
Yeah.
So you're going to see the babies by Lotus Tunnel, and then by Tollway Tunnel, you're going to see the adults. That's what I've noticed.
Okay. That's the one thing and I pray that I don't run into deer coming through Tollway Tunnel, because we go through there so fast. Yeah. So yeah, that's just but yeah, we do have deer at Central. And then he also mentioned that they get used to their surroundings, just like up here in northern Michigan. Some will just sit close to the roads watching traffic fly by. Yep. So because they were looking at me like, "What's up, mama?"
So by him saying that seemed to make sense, because they not even afraid of the trains
they
no
just
more.
Look at me like, "What's
up?"
They
just looking like, "I'll be
your last trip, mama. What's going on?"
Yeah. So I see what Cedar Hawk's saying about that one.
Yep.
They get real comfortable.
We do have another comment from Nathan Jasper 3197, and this is kind of off topic. He's talking about signals here. The comment is curious. What's the point of the bottom red in the light signals? All 3 that you explained at the beginning of the video are over red, so double red, yellow over red, green over red. Does the bottom color ever change, and what would that mean? I love the videos. Maybe if I ever need a career change, I consider joining the CTA. So that's cool.
We're going to be waiting on you.
Yeah, right?
Y'all, before we get into this, pay attention to the bird. One of the birds hit the drone. There
was several flocks that I was dealing with.
And that just pissed Amber off so much.
Listen, I wasn't necessarily pissed. I was just scared. Like, I did not want them to mess up my drone, like fly into it. And then somehow my drone just falls out of the sky. Like, you're going to see here in a second.
Oh, we in K-Town now, y'all. This is K-Town.
Well,
area.
I think we...
No, this is K-Town. Okay. You don't know where you at? I know you got to know where you at.
That's Pulaski and Madison.
But this K-Town, though.
Okay, let's see. There's a bunch of... this is a huge... Look.
There you go.
Jesus. I freaked out.
So they asking about the signal. So remember this: anything red first, you're gonna be diverging. Anything
the top
red.
Color is red. So to answer the question, yes, it does change. The bottom color does change.
So keep that in mind. Say it with me, y'all. Anything with red first, red on top, you're diverging, which means the train is turning.
Unless it's a double red.
Yeah.
Then you're not going nowhere.
You know, double red is stop and stay.
At this point, yeah.
So, like, say you got red over yellow. Red over yellow is proceed on divergent route, expecting to encounter stop aspect at the next signal.
Yeah.
If it was yellow over red, it'd be proceed on main route, expecting to encounter stop aspect at next signal.
You have a red over yellow. Red over white. Excuse me, red over white.
Red over white is proceed on divergent route, expecting to encounter end of track or train ahead. Train ahead.
Yep.
Excuse me. Woo. Yeah. It's a tongue twister.
Yeah.
Y'all probably like, how y'all know all this? Well, I don't know. It's the Bible to us. Yep. Now I want to ask y'all, are y'all familiar with this over here, this park? And now growing up, we called it the Golden Dome. Mm-hmm. But it ain't gold. It's just copper.
It appears gold here.
Yeah. But I guess we said it because in the summertime when the sun is beaming off, it's like lit up. It looked gold. It looks gold.
That's cool.
But yeah, she was so excited to get some shots of this Golden Dome right here. Y'all familiar with this area? In the Golden Dome, this field house. We got another one? Another comment?
Yep, another comment here. A little lengthy, so bear with me here. From J Rails 46. Great video, you two. I love the drone footage. I used to live in Chicago in Oak Park many years ago. I remember riding the Blue Line even before they color-coded the train routes. It was the Congress/O'Hare or Douglas, a.k.a. the Pink Line today. Mm-hmm. The Douglas branch took you down the Loomis ramp going to O'Hare. I rode the 2200 series rail cars for many years. I also rode the 2000s and 2400s on the Lake Street, which is Green Line, while living in Oak Park back in the late 80s to mid 90s. The 2000s were retired in 1993, 2200s in 2013, and 2400s in 2014 as well. I would like to ride the 7000 series at some point. I moved out of Chicago area back in 2006. Lisle, Illinois was the last suburb I lived before moving 3 hours downstate in central Illinois. I still have family and friends that live up there and visit very often. Maybe on another visit to Chicago, I can catch a ride on a 7000s train. Keep up the great work, guys. Love your content.
Man, come on up here and ride on our trains. You got two operators. You could ride on Amber train.
Yes.
Or you could ride on everybody like riding on Amber train.
Really? Why do you say that?
I don't know. They like seeing a female operate. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So if you want to come see Amber 7000 train, you could ride on.
Because I'm gonna always pick a 7000.
Yeah. We got another one?
Yep, we do. This one's from Sid Leader Ray. Hope I'm saying that correctly. Says this was very informative, and now I know what the blue light means. Excuse me. Now, a few months ago, I was riding a Forest Park Blue Line train running the 7000s. We were reaching high speeds at O'Hare Branch like usual. Then out of nowhere, when traveling towards Montrose, we were hit with a very aggressive emergency track brake that took probably 8 to 10 seconds for a full stop. This was a forward-facing rail car, and the rear door flung open, along with the rubber smell after the park brake was released. That was the hardest brake I've experienced on a train. Almost a little like roller coaster final brake runs. I loved it, but wow, that was something. If I remember correctly, there was construction going on. So yeah, that's my experience. I ride CTA rail as a daily hobby, so I am always paying attention to the movements, braking, sounds, signs, signals, track, etc. Becoming a rail operator will be a dream come true, but I feel that it is very unlikely. I literally pretend my grocery cart is a train throttle. I love that.
I was going to say, he talked like an operator.
Yeah.
He like, I noticed this and this and that.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You know, one thing to know about those 7000, they have impeccable braking. So when your train does go into emergency, the goal of the objective of that train is to stop it as soon as possible. So you're going to feel it when that train goes into emergency, especially when you are at fast speeds, because forward-bound trains towards Montrose, you're getting 55 all the way through. Even all the way up into like Addison, you get 55 leaving Jeff Park. So thanks for your comment. We appreciate it. Another one I think I have. This one is from Albert Carroll 619. Once again, don't kill me for these pronunciation. Look, I can't even talk. So I remember when the CTA, formerly Garfield Park L, was at street grade level from Forest Park to Central Ave and to Laramie Ave, consisting of 27 crossings before and during expressway construction. entire grade separation didn't occur until March 20, 1960.
Man, that's a lot of grade crossings.
27.
I'm glad they took them up off that ground.
I'm like, how many grade crossings does the pink line have? Do you remember?
Quite a few. Quite a few, especially at the beginning.
When you're
leaving 54th, yeah. I got a video that I'm coming out with. I'm breaking down how to operate on the pink line at 54th. So y'all stay tuned for that one. We got another one?
That's it. Let me see if there's any new ones that pop up while we.
Yeah, so I got that video that I'm working on. I'm just like, ooh. So I got to put my instructor hat on and talk through that stuff. So, but this is we coming up on the Humble Park area, right?
Where are we at?
So we just made a left.
I think this is West. Yeah,
Kedzie.
This is Kedzie. I think this is considered West Humble Park.
Right.
Or maybe not. Because we're not West right now. Look, if you know what area that we're in, let us know what the neighborhood is called. But yes, we are going
coming
north.
up on Chicago and Kedzie.
Yeah, we're going north on Kedzie right now. So yeah.
Yo, like I noticed when we flying this drone, it's great that we got a bright colored car like that, because we can always find out where we at.
Man,
like,
when
do you see the car? You're like,
when we got this car like 3 years ago, people were like, "What in the world were you thinking?"
Well, that was you that got it. I got something else.
Yeah, I know. But
I got a normal color car, and she got this. She fell in love with that color.
I did. Even when I was looking online, I'm like, "Oh my God, we gotta go get it. We gotta go get it."
Yeah.
So
that's one of the perks and benefits of working for CTA. You actually get what you want.
Yeah, it's cool. It's really cool. I have one that user had mentioned on the Old Central Blue Line Station video. It said, if I ever change careers, I'd for sure consider CTA. Hey, question. One night on the Orange Line, the train suddenly stopped between stations and the operator came out looking frustrated, carrying a 2x4 with the spike taped to the end, and she pulled the red ball, climbed out onto the tracks, and a few minutes later came back and went back to operating the train. What was she carrying and what was she doing? I've noticed some similar spikes taped to mop handles at like little platforms between stations too. Is that related to something y'all are talking about here? I've been meaning to ask for a while. And luckily, someone did answer the question. No nonsense Rick said, as an operator, most likely the train went into an emergency. When that happens, the operator must go to track level to check out the train on the ground to make sure no one or something did not get caught into working underneath the train. So people, animals, or things. That stick you are talking about is a tool we operators use to help clear those obstructions when needed, or to help perform some of the duties we have to do on track or ground level.
Yeah, so it's called a sleet scraper stick.
Yeah, we were grateful that Rick replied to that. So yeah, so whenever a train suddenly stops for no reason, or unknown reason, the train normally at that point means it's an emergency. So then the operator does have to go down and check at track level to make sure everything's okay.
And bear in mind, when your train goes into emergency, you take precedence over every call.
Yes.
So it's like the whole railroad stops and stands still until you come back up and say, control, everything appears to be normal, track level, I'm moving, head car such and such, and my badge is this.
Yeah.
So just keep in mind, that's a big deal.
Yes.
And when your train go into emergency, get off the train and go check your train track level.
The entire consist, which means the entire length of your train.
Yeah. Walk it out. And that's kind of, he like, man, she opened the door, swing open, and she was frustrated because it's like, dang, I got to get down here and go walk. You know.
That's just part of the job.
I used to complain about it, but not really. Because, I was excited to do that.
Yeah. You kind of take pride of like, you're not happy that your train went into emergency, but you're happy that you know what to do and what to look for.
Because sometimes, most of the times it's unexpected. I'm sitting here going through, I'm servicing my passengers, and now, I got to stop because I got to check my train. And and you want to make announcements to your passengers. It should
While you're
sound something
standing.
like, attention passengers, this is your operator. I'll be off the train. Checking underneath the train for debris. Or you can hit one of the pre-recorded messages, to say, we're experiencing a mechanical issue.
Your operator is off the train.
Yeah, fixing it or whatever.
Yeah.
So you could do both. You could do one. I just grab it and talk real quick. Hey, y'all, I'll be back.
What I do is I do the pre-recorded messages, and I'm selecting that pre-recorded message as I'm calling control at the same time.
Yeah.
Because they are they are timing you.
Yeah.
When you do call in that you have to go track level or any problem you have, like you lost your door relay, something's going on in your train, they are timing you because we got to get these trains moving.
And make sure you have your safety vest on.
Yes.
That's a violation if you step on them tracks without that high-vis vest.
Yep.
So, man, y'all learning a lot, ain't they? We done just taught them how to troubleshoot their train for an emergency.
Okay.
Look, if y'all want to support, there's a couple of ways y'all can do this. It's free. You just like the video.
Yes.
It's free.
And if you're not already subscribed,
hit the button right now. It's free.
Yes.
If you want to take it a little further, you can become a channel member. We got 2 tiers. We got the pink line operator, which is the first tier, and we got the blue line operator, which is the blue
you call
tier.
that.
Yeah, that's what they are.
It's called level pink and level blue.
Right, for blue pink line. So if y'all want to take it a step further and support your interests, help these videos keep rolling out, support us, man. We all we got,
Yeah.
It goes a long way. Trust me, it goes a long way. It fuels us to keep doing these videos.
Yeah.
Like we might need a tank of gas to get over to over here. Like, all right, we got our channel members hooked us up this month. So let's fuel up and go get this video done.
That's cool.
So y'all scratch our back. We're gonna keep them coming, keep them rolling.
Yes.
We appreciate y'all for spending this time with us, man. Y'all enjoying the videos. We enjoying y'all.
Yeah.
And man, we are so appreciative of y'all.
It's the coolest feeling when we put up a video at night and the next morning when we're working out to get ready for work.
Over 300 views and counting.
And but not only that, I'm not even I'm looking at the comments. You guys are in those comments, and I love that. That is my favorite part of it all.
Yeah. And I like that we go back and forth. Like, somebody may be saying something and we never thought about it. So, and it gives us a video idea. And we're able to highlight y'all comments. I like the feedback y'all be giving. I like highlighting y'all comments.
We may not get to it immediately, but we get to them.
Yeah.
So we appreciate your grace and your patience with us. Once again, we love you guys. Thank you so much for spending this hour 12 with us. We appreciate it very much.
Yeah.
Until the next time.
See y'all later.
Bye.